A $7 million yacht moves quietly across dark waters. Inside, there's luxury everywhere. Dior clothes, gold plates, and imported caviar. Sitting among it all is a teenage girl, calmly watching the sea. She's not a movie star. She's believed to be the next ruler of one of the world's most feared dictatorships, North Korea. While millions of North Koreans eat bark or grass just to stay alive, one family, the Kim dynasty, lives like royalty. They fly in private jets, drink million-dollar alcohol, and live in massive palaces. All this happens in a country where power is built on fear, not freedom. So how does North Korea pay for this life of excess? The country is cut off from most of the world. Strict sanctions should make it poor. Yet the Kim family is rich, richer than many royal families. Their money comes from secret networks, illegal weapons trade, fake money production, black market deals, and hidden offshore banks. In this country, one child wears Gucci in a private war bunker, while another child walks barefoot in the snow, starving. This isn't just about politics. It's about extreme wealth versus total suffering. But there's a deeper mystery. Who really runs North Korea? Is it still Kim Jong Un, or is someone else pulling the strings? Maybe his sister, Kim Yo-jong, who now controls much of the propaganda, security, and black market. Or maybe his young daughter, just a teenager, is already being trained to rule. What's truly going on behind those golden gates? Who's next in line? What happens if the leader suddenly dies or is taken out? In this family, power doesn't pass quietly. It's a world of secrets, shadows, and betrayals. In the next few minutes, you'll get a rare look inside the most secretive billionaire family on Earth. You'll discover how they built a hidden empire, meet the women rising behind the curtain, and uncover the truth about the princess of the apocalypse, the teenage girl who may soon control it all. North Korea is one of the world's most isolated and poorest countries. Its people live with blackouts, empty shelves, and skimpy rice rations. But the ruling Kim family lives in a completely different world. They don't get rich from oil or tourism. Instead, their wealth comes from Office 39, a secret government body that keeps their inner circle endlessly funded. Through Office 39, the Kim family runs all kinds of illegal business: arms trade, drug smuggling, counterfeit currency, fake cigarettes, pirated DVDs, and even hacking. They use offshore banks, hidden shell companies, and invisible layers of fake paperwork to move money all over the world. This secret money doesn't appear in any official report, but it buys private islands in Asia, luxury homes in Europe, and even imported cars and designer clothes for the elites. While citizens eat small bowls of soup and struggle to afford electricity, Kim's inner circle parties with French champagne in hidden bunkers. They drink $2,000 a bottle crystal, wear fake Swiss watches, and brag that no one in their circle ever goes hungry. That wealth isn't for everyone. It's a door kept shut by fear, violence, and silence. These riches are completely separate from the government's stated plan to help the people or build the country. Instead, it's the private playground of the regime's top few, untouchable and uncounted. Their luxurious lifestyle doesn't come from official trade or exports. It comes from dark, hidden industries and global crime networks. These include smuggled gold and diamonds moved through China and Russia, illicit weapons deals with other outlaw nations, counterfeiting US dollars, euros, and even Chinese yuan, renting out hackers to steal money from banks and government accounts in the West. All this money stays in secret offshore accounts, like a hidden treasure trove no one can reach. Because the world doesn't know where the money is, it can't do anything about it. The question now is, but who actually built this empire of lies and indulgence? Did Kim Il-sung, the country's founder, start it all with simple smuggling deals? Or did Kim Jong-il expand it into a massive global business during the 1990s famine? And what does Kim Jong-un plan next? Does he want more money, more power, more secrecy? In the next chapter, we'll uncover the origins of this empire and reveal the true authors of the Kim dynasty's hidden wealth. The power of North Korea's ruling family spans 3 generations, and each one has taken the dynasty's luxury and brutality further. It all started with Kim Il-sung, the founder of the nation. He was worshipped as the eternal president. He built his power on absolute control, but it was relatively small compared to what came next. When Kim Jong-il took over, everything changed. He was a movie fanatic. He built private theaters across the country and created his own film industry. But his most famous indulgence? His $20 million wine cellar, stocked with the world's best vintages, even while millions starved in the 1990s famine. Then in 2011, Kim Jong Un rose to power. He began his rule surrounded by gold-plated cars, plush homes, and a taste for foreign luxury. One key example: he owns a private jet, rumored to be worth $1.5 million, painted in bold colors, completely overt and ostentatious. But his wealth doesn't stop there. Jong-un also built a private ski resort high in the mountains, a luxury retreat for the elite, while everyday North Koreans suffer without heat or clean water. With each generation, the gap between rulers and people grew wider. As the Kims indulged in their lavish lifestyles, the rest of the country endured blackouts, empty stores, and food scarcity. They built legends to distract the public. Jong-un's team claimed he once hit 11 holes in one on his very first golf game. Reports said he learned to drive at age 3. These stories were meant to show him as gifted, but they also highlighted how detached from reality the leadership had become. While the nation pressed on with daily struggles, the family's palaces, yachts, and parties grew more elaborate and secretive. Now comes the pressing question. While Kim Jong-un shows off his private retreats and flashy possessions, is he the one really running the country? Or has someone else from the dynasty operating in the shadows taken control? In the next section, we'll shine a light on the family member whose power may already overshadow the leader seen in public. Most people think Kim Jong-un is the one leading North Korea, but behind him stands his younger sister, Kim Yo-jong, a powerful and mysterious figure. Many believe she's the true brain behind the regime. While Kim smiles for cameras or watches missile launches, Kim Yo-jong works quietly in the background. She controls propaganda, helps manage Office 39, the group in charge of illegal money-making, and shapes how the country sees the world. She's not just working in secret. She's living in luxury. Reports say she owns dozens of luxury cars, a $7 million yacht, and wears Chanel suits and European fashion that most of her people could never even dream of. But here's what makes her even more interesting. North Korea is a male-led dictatorship, and yet she's feared by generals and politicians alike. Some experts say even Kim Jong-un listens to her advice, especially on foreign policy and military moves. And the scariest part? If Kim Jong-un were to fall sick or die, many believe Kim Yo-jong is ready to take control. She's already being called the real ruler by people who study North Korea. She rarely speaks in public, but when she does, her words carry heavy meaning. In fact, she's been known to threaten South Korea and the US, while her brother remains silent. She represents the most dangerous kind of leader, one who stays quiet but plans everything behind the scenes. Her power is rising, her enemies are silent, and her name is becoming feared around the world. She may not be the only one being prepared for power. The world has started to see another figure appear at major events. A child standing next to Kim Jong-un, wearing designer clothes and watching missile launches. Could this be the true heir? So now we have to ask, if Kim Yo-jong is already ruling from the shadows, what role will the next generation play? In the next part, we meet the mysterious doomsday princess, the girl many believe is being raised to one day rule the world's most feared regime. For years, North Korea's leaders have ruled with fear, power, and secrets. Now, a new face is starting to appear in public. Kim Joo-ae, the young daughter of Kim Jong-un. She's only about 10 years old, but she's already standing beside her father during military parades and missile tests. She wears Dior coats, eats imported chocolate, and lives in a guarded palace. A life far different from the average North Korean child. Most children in North Korea wear old clothes, walk long distances for food, and are taught never to question the government. But Kim Joo-ae is growing up with servants, security teams, and the eyes of the nation watching her. Why? Many experts believe she is being trained to lead, not just as a symbol, but as the future ruler of North Korea. Some call her the Doomsday Princess, a nickname used by international media. She's the child of a dictator, being raised in a world of isolation, wealth, and military power. She's often seen smiling next to weapons that could start a war. Behind that smile is a carefully controlled image, one the government is using to prepare the people for her future rule. But this raises a big question. What kind of leader is she being shaped into? She's being raised in a system built on lies, fear, and silence. A system where power comes before truth, and where family loyalty can turn deadly. Imagine a child raised with nuclear weapons at her fingertips. That's the nightmare some experts warn about. And yet, it's happening right now, in front of the world. Even though Kim Jong Un is appearing more and more, her future is not guaranteed. Why? Because North Korea's power struggles often come from inside the family. There are people close to the throne, like Kim Jong Un, the powerful sister, who may have other plans. So we must ask, how safe is Kim Jong Un's path to power? And more importantly, what happens when power stays inside one family for too long, until even blood turns against blood? Next, we uncover the secret war happening inside the dynasty itself, where the biggest threat isn't from the outside world, but from within. In North Korea, the greatest danger isn't outside the palace, it's inside the family. The Kim dynasty is built on loyalty, fear, and betrayal. And when power is at stake, even blood doesn't protect you. Take Kim Jong-nam, the older brother of Kim Jong Un. He once had a chance to lead, but in 2017, he was assassinated with nerve gas at a public airport. The killers were tricked into thinking it was a prank. It wasn't. Then there's Kim Kyung-hwa, Kim Jong-un's aunt. She was once powerful, always by his side. But after her husband was executed, she disappeared for years. No one knows what really happened. Even Kim Yo-jong, the sister often called the Shadow Queen, isn't safe. Some experts believe she could be next, if she gets too powerful. This is how power works in the Kim family. If you rise too fast, or say the wrong thing, you vanish. They don't just silence enemies, they silence their own. This is a place where private jets, gold-plated guns, and secret islands exist next to fear, poison, and public executions. No one is untouchable, not even those who grew up in palaces. Even billion-dollar luxury can't stop betrayal. And that's the real story. It's not just about wealth or missiles. It's about a family at war with itself, trapped in a system where only the most ruthless survive. The Kim family shows fake smiles on TV. But behind those smiles are years of secret killings, fake loyalty, and unseen power moves. So why hasn't this dynasty fallen? How does this empire keep standing, even after all the enemies, betrayals, and global sanctions? There is a hidden reason, a secret that explains how this family keeps control, no matter the cost. In the next part, we reveal the final piece of the puzzle, the system they've built, the myth they protect, and the fear they use to rule. The Kim family doesn't just use guns to keep control. They use something even more powerful: fear, myth, and total control over truth. In North Korea, the people are told the Kims are not human. They are like gods. Every book, movie, news story, and school lesson says they are perfect, strong, kind, chosen by history. This is not a mistake. It's a plan. When someone questions the leader, they don't just get punished. Their whole family can disappear. One wrong word can mean prison, torture, or death. That's the real power behind the money. It's not just about palaces or private jets. It's about building a world where no one dares to ask why. Kim Jong Un lives like a king. His daughter, Kim Jong Un, is being raised with Gucci dresses, French chocolate, and military parades. She may one day control nuclear weapons, but may never even meet someone who's poor. She may not even know what normal life is. She'll only know the lies told to her, and she'll have the power to destroy countries without ever feeling it. That's the most dangerous part. Because this isn't just about one family being rich. It's about a system that turns cruelty into control and lies into law. The Kim dynasty built an empire not just on stolen money, but on myths, fear, and the silence of millions. And that's why they're still standing. Not because they are strong, but because the people are too afraid to say they are weak. So now we ask, how long can this go on? How long can one family live in gold while their people starve in silence? Behind the gold cars, the private islands, and the diamond-covered jets lies something much darker. A nation ruled by fear. A people who cannot speak, and a child raised in a world where lies become truth. This wasn't just a story about luxury. This was about how power, when unchecked, creates a world where one family can live like gods, while millions live with nothing. What you saw today was not just extreme wealth. It was a system built on propaganda, control, and the silencing of an entire nation. If stories like this matter to you, If you think the world should know what's really happening behind closed borders, subscribe for more true deep dives into the world's most secretive powers. We'll keep asking the questions they don't want you to hear. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Kim Jong Un will become the next ruler? Or is Kim Jong Un already in charge behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay curious.